Good morning, church family. I hope that you guys are doing well. And I hope that you had a great time yesterday celebrating Father's Day with your family. It was my first Father's Day and it was amazing. I had a great time with my family and some of my friends. And then also, it is awesome to be able to be back at church on Sunday and be able to worship and celebrating God's love for us with you guys as a big family. Now, as we move on with this devotional, I would like to ask you the question: when was the last time that you prayed for somebody? And I don't mean like you dedicated a portion of your prayer for somebody, but no, I mean that you dedicated the entirety of your prayer for somebody else or for other people. It's kind of like when you call. Let's put it this way: when you call a big company, let's say a bank or an airline, you typically get this message at the beginning of the phone call that says, "For quality purpose, we're recording this call. This call is being recorded." If we were able to record your prayers and we were able to see the transcript or your prayers, I wonder when was the last time that the entirety of your prayer was dedicated for someone else. You see, often we're very quick to pray for ourselves and pray for those that we have a close relationship with, whether it's our kids, our family member, or even friends. But there are times that prayer has to be done for those that are not necessarily close to us. When prayer has to be done for those that are in around us, maybe that we don't have a personal relationship with, which is something that God has been challenging me lately. See, in the book of Nehemiah, I love the book of Nehemiah. In the beginning of the book of Nehemiah, Nehemiah is going to hear this terrible news about the nation of Israel. It says in chapter 1 and chapter 1 verse 3, it says, this messenger comes to Nehemiah, says to him, the remnant there in the province who had survived the exile, it is in great trouble and shame. The wall of Jerusalem is broken down and its gates are destroyed by fire. So Nehemiah is still, he's doing his own thing, he's minding his own business, and this messenger comes to him and says to him, hey, the people in Israel, those remnants, those people that are coming from Babylon and are coming from different places, are in big trouble. Their wall is down, they're defenseless, they may be in danger. And Nehemiah, look what his response is to this great news. It says in verse 4, as soon as I heard these words, I sat down and wept and mourned for days. And I continued to fast and praying before God of heaven. So he hears this news, and he says that immediately he got down and started weeping, started crying, and then he started praying for these people. What is interesting to me, and as you read the book of Nehemiah, you'll see that Nehemiah is somebody who was going to get very involved with the nation of Israel. He's going to be someone that God was going to use to do great things, to build a wall and to be a leader for the nation of Israel during this time. Now, what I find interesting about Nehemiah is that Nehemiah is not your typical Old Testament character. He's not a priest, he's not a judge, he's not a prophet. He was just a simple cupbearer. But here he hears the news that his people in his commodity, people in Israel, people that he did not necessarily know personally, were struggling. And he was so heartbroken by them that he says here that he was broke. He got on his knees, he prayed and fasted. I love Nehemiah. And the challenge that I get from this and what I see here is somebody that relates with other people, somebody whose heart is for other people. Just yesterday we talked about loving one another, and some of the pastors mentioned about love is doing, love is proved through action. What a better way, or what a simple way to show love for others than to do it through prayer. So the challenge for you guys today is that take the time to pray for somebody. Just take the time to dedicate it and solely to pray for someone else. Someone that is not directly to you. I mean, right now, this world is crazy. Things are happening that are out of control. People are divided. People are facing conflict. And what a great opportunity we have as believers to be able to pray for people, to be able to pray for our brothers, to be able to pray for this country, to be able to be praying for people in our neighborhoods, in our community. So that is simply what I want you guys to do today. I want you guys to take the time and to solely pray for someone else than you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys hopefully next Sunday. Have a good one.